I'm Scott Huntsman here at my Tunex shop in South Jordan, and we're going to do a little product review on a piece today using Tonya's 2012 Jeep Wrangler. Equipped with the 3.6 Pentastar engine, there are millions of these on the road, and that Pentastar engine works great, but there's one little part about it that I think that we could improve on, and this product may do it. Let's get this inside. Let me show you what we're going to do today. This is what we're going to install. This is from Baxter Performance. It's a cartridge type oil filter adapter that's going to change the cartridge type oil filter to a spin-on oil filter, but what this also incorporates, most importantly, is a check valve inside this unit that's going to retain oil in the top of the engine to avoid dry starts. When we dry start the engine, sometimes it can take up to 30 seconds before oil would finally reach all these components if it has drained all the way back into the pan. So this device is designed to be a check valve, which is at the very top of the engine, to retain the oil within the cam phasers so that when we dry start again the next time, we've already got the oil sitting at the top of the engine. It simply is pressurized by the rest of the system. So this is really cool because this is something that could really extend and prolong the life of these engines. So very unique design, seems very good. I'm really anxious to try this out. And we will be discarding this. Once we have it set into place, we'll actually tighten this hex screw that will slightly move these threads and lock it into place. So right now we want to make sure it's just lined up so we get it together, and we're going to put it into initially clock this into place because we have to have access to the Schrader port, which will be ideal right here, and I like that. There's two of these holes, so one of them we're going to plug and the other one we will install the Schrader with. So I think I'll have to install the Schrader once it's in because there won't be room for it to rotate. There, perfect. Now I can set the hex screw and that locks the unit into the housing. That 90-degree fitting will fit right into a 15/16 box end wrench, and that's how I can tighten that fitting in that very tight enclosed space. Now again, the Schrader valve is there for our oil changing procedure. Very last step of this install, we now have a spin-on filter for the top of this assembly. Hand tight. When we go to do an oil change, put a little air pressure on the Schrader valve. With about 3 seconds of air pressure upon it, we'll then push all that oil that's stored at the top of the engine back down to the pan so that when you change the oil, you're changing everything in it. No oil light, that's a good thing. Now I've run the engine and I've checked it to make sure I have no leaks anywhere on the housing, and I don't. Everything's sealed up very well. It was actually fairly simple to install. Oil retention avoids the dry start conditions. That can even take care of some of the check engine light issues that some of these higher mileage engines have. So I consider this a really good value for the protection that's going to give. If you have a question about this product, you can send me an email, scott@ayltv.com. Right here, scott@ayltv.com. I'll answer them just as quickly as I possibly can, but I think this is going to be a home run right here for a lot of you people who have these Jeeps. They make them for the Fords, they make them for the Toyotas, even Subaru engines. All of these to avoid dry startup conditions, extend the life of your engine. Hey, for As You Leisure, I'm Scott Huntsman. We'll see you next time.